never vote for APC, not just President Tinubu. So it is good for us early this morning to cut our way and know where we stand.
But that is the truth. Viewers and subscribers, this is BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted and uncompromising truth. Finally, Uzor Kalu, the former governor of Abia State, have admitted on national television that it is over for him and his collaborators in APC, talking about 2027 election.
And anybody telling you that any member of Labour Party will vote for President Tinubu is a fallacy, naked fallacy. Because these are either they're from obedience or they're from this, they will never vote for APC, not just President Tinubu. So it is good for us early this morning to cut our way and know where we stand. Nobody who is strong can be saying, I will help the president to win. No governor can, I was a governor, no governor can give a president 25%. It's rhetorics. It's not a fact. It's only your party people will work for your success. So any president sitting in his house saying, oh, I have been promised they will give me 25%.
But that is the truth. He knows that he cannot even deliver himself, much more delivering Tinubu. The same is applicable to all the governors that are defective to APC. They are only counting on one thing, which Nigerian people is focusing their eyes on. He has suddenly realized that Nigerians have caught up with them in their mischievous dribbling of the Nigerian constitution or the laws, manipulating every system to recycle themselves in power. And the top of the game is the electoral reform.
That the presiding officer shall electronically transmit the results from each polling unit to the IRF portal. And such transmission shall be done after the prescribed form EC8A has been signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling units, because sometimes you don't see any polling agent. Provided that if the electronic transmission of the result fails, if it fails as a result of communication failure, in other words, maybe network or otherwise, and it becomes impossible to transmit the result electronically in form EC8A, signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned candidates or polling agents where available at the polling units. The form EC8A shall in such a case be the primary source of collation and declaration of results.
Nigerians don't catch them red-handed, and the man have come to admit that it is over. Not just because his constituency have rejected him, because they have conducted his political burial ceremony in Abia State. He knows that. He said he wants to go and connect to the center. Let them all go to the center. For those of them from the east, because none of them is returning back to that National Assembly. None of them, including the state governors. Nigerians are awoke. Nigerians are awoke by this electoral reform, that it is a must. The only way people like Uzor Kalu, Tinubu, Hope Uzodinma, and the rest of them will find their way back through the back door into corridors of power is if they succeed in ensuring that that clause remains as inserted by Abu and his bandwagon and gang of political bandits at the National Assembly. If they succeed, because just like I said earlier in my previous videos, that the protests have already started from the inside. The politicians or the non-APC lawmakers in the National Assembly are already protesting. And this is their fear. If they are not afraid, they are empowered. You say you have your movement, the city boy. Why are you afraid of simple election? If you say you are popular, if you say you are the ruling party, if you say that you have 30 governors, all the contractors, all the ministers, all the appointees at the grassroots and whatever, and you are proud that you are in charge, why don't you allow free and fair election? Why don't you allow the electoral reform that will at least make Nigeria look like a democratic country, which we know that it is far from? You see, it's not going to be easy for Tinubu and the APC. If he likes, make he change their logo from the broom of witches to the cap of change. They will all be retired come 2027. And that can only happen if Nigerians have had enough. Because the way they are behaving, it seems that they have not had enough. We must mobilize ourselves in millions in every state to make a very categorical statement to put an end to this impunity imposed upon Nigerians by the Democrats in America under Obama and Biden's supervision in 2015. Yes, PDP was a disaster, but you see, APC is a calamity and a crime against humanity. That is my position, and we are not going to relent in this ballot revolution, mobilizing, energizing, and informing Nigerians, empowering them with the information, because the power belongs to the people. The power of the people is greater than the people in power, and we are going to demonstrate that in this electoral reform. No to the manual collation result overriding the IRF. We say foul, and that is the position of every Nigerian. And you too, you must keep sharing this, to keep spreading this message to everyone. This is more important than anything we are doing as we speak. Whether you are a trader, whether you are a civil servant, whether you are even a security operative, whether you are even a hookup, everyone, and even housewives, everything you do right now depends on this very thing. So let everything stand until Nigerians take a stand and ensure that this criminal, this undemocratic, these dead devils and enemies of democracy that are empowered, the political bandits as controlled by APC, is dismantled come 2027 by insisting that this clause must be removed. My name is Asuchenu Peters, your advocate for good governance. Help me share this video to everyone and do it like your life depends on it. I'm signing out. Bye-bye for now.